Hey, what's up guys? Wanted to put together a quick video with information on tailoring talents because there's not really a lot of information out there and some of it's really confusing and not very intuitive. So here we go. Every time you unlock a tech tree box that has this star in the corner right there, you're going to get a talent point. And once you've gotten enough points, you'll be able to choose one talent per tier. The first tier you get to choose between getting more experience on crafting successes or crafting failures. And the second tier is a really important tier because this unlocks all of the different stats you can choose from in each different type of circuit. So for green or inductor chips, you have insight, focus regen, crit, and grit. For capacitors or red chips, you have brutality, finesse, moxie, strike through, and crit severity. And for resistors or blue chips, you have tech, flat health, deflect, armor, and deflect crit. You definitely want to rush to that second tier of talent points as fast as you can because you're making gear for espers and spellslingers. Tech in those blue resistor slots is just useless, so you want to be able to have that flexibility to put flat health in there if nothing else. The third tier is where we get to choose which types of chips we'd like to overcharge more, which is pushing it into the failure rate to get higher stats. Special chips are all those chips that give you a proc ability on your gear. Mismatched chips are just what they sound like. It's when you're putting a green chip into a red socket, for instance. And imbuements you see more later, but that's the do X to unlock a certain amount of stats on an item. The fourth tier is self-explanatory. You get to choose two pieces of gear that you want to have a higher base charge, so you can choose between chest and gloves, legs and boots, and helm and shoulders. So the fifth and the sixth tier, really you should think of this as one tier because both of them do the same thing, just in different steps. You read them, you don't know what the hell it's talking about, right? It doesn't make any sense. Alright, so when you're crafting an item and you click the arrow to apply more charge to an item, it will skip stats, right? It might skip from like 32 to 35. Now skipping from 32 to 35, that might change you from a 1% failure rate to a 27% failure rate, right? Depending on what the base charge is of the item and how much charge past that you're going, how much you're overcharging. So what these talents do, if you pick inductors for both tiers, which is the green chips, every time you're doing a green chip, you're no longer going to have that jump from 32 to 35. You're going to have the option to do 33 and 34. So it lets you fine-tune your overcharging a little bit more, so where you don't want to craft at a 27% failure rate, but maybe now you go up to 33 or 34 and it's only a 9% chance of failure, and you're okay with that, so you go with it. So here's a quick demonstration. Let's get our chips in. Put insight here, which we are talented into because it's a green inductor chip. Move this to tech. So these both start at 12, but if I step the tech 1, it goes to 14. Where with my talented green chip, I can actually go up by one increment each time. The last tier lets you choose between being more efficient in crafting glamour cloth items or smart cloth items. From what I've seen, smart cloth is your assault set and glamour cloth is your support set, so keep that in mind when choosing which talent you want to go with. In case you didn't know, the glamour cloth and the smart cloth are both used in the level 50 items. You can get the schematics for the prototypes in your capital city from the crafting vendor. Alright, so that's just about it for tailoring talent points. If you have any other questions about tailoring, just leave a comment, and thank you guys for watching.